Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I'm going to be covering even more patch notes, and definitely angled more towards the AQ side of things, fixing the raid, fixing all the Phase 6 issues that I and many others encountered on the Phase 6 launch. I know the dev team has been working hard to get this under control after I made the my disappointment video and how upset I was about Phase 6. Agron personally reached out to me, and we've been chatting since, talking about Phase 6, what they're doing, and just some awesome changes. So it's been really awesome to, one, I guess, have that influence as a person, and two, just sort of seeing that they do care, and they are at it. So I just wanted to reassure you guys as well. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to switch it over here to the patch notes, and we are going to dive right into them. So as we can see, they changed the Elixir of Ironside to now grant 450 armor. This makes it so that consuming a superior defense alongside the Elixir of Ironside has no benefit, which is awesome. It's really interesting, like, which interactions the new consumables have with the old ones in tangent. So having them be exactly like that means you won't have to, like, pop an Ironside and get 400 armor and like 10 defense, whatever it gives you, and then having to pop the superior defense for that just 50 extra armor. Really awesome to see them take the time to make those changes work. Then we have the AQ changes. So some obelisks for Descent of Madness have been moved to more accessible, easily visible locations. So as you guys know, I highlighted that one on the second boss, and you know, it obviously wasn't just a me problem. I think a lot of guild leaders, raid leaders, and people just mess that up a lot when you turned on the first one just being so clear, and then going to the second one. Then going with the obelisks that were not triggered should now correctly become unavailable after a boss is defeated, and the Descent into Madness should now correctly shut off after a boss is defeated if their respective obelisk is not interacted with. So that is another obelisk problem that we directly encountered, and it is fixed now. So I think that'll help a lot of clear a lot of the error and confusion that people were struggling with, because I even struggle with it, and I read every single blue post to you guys. So I think that is a really good change, and I think a lot of people will be happy and benefit from that. Then we have Who Runs Berserk should now correctly clear as she resets, which is good. That is always been a bug, I think. I think it was even a bug in Classic. It's just most guilds killed her without it being a problem. So sometimes she would just be back and be in Berserk, which is the hardest part of the fight. The Gilded Scarab should now properly award loot when defeated. So my guild was messing around with killing those, and the conclusion we came to is that, like, a timer starts the moment the first person hits it. So the best thing to do is get your whole raid there. No one hit it. I'm looking at, you know, our rogues and shadow priests in my guild. They like to hit things really early. But when we all get there together and then we just blast it, we never successfully killed one because we had some people hit it before everyone got there. But I think the moment you hit it, it starts a timer, and they should drop a bunch of scarabs, which is awesome. So that'll help out with people getting their tier gear and make life a little easier for all those raiders trying to get their new awesome tier sets. Then the hard mode caches in Ruins of AQ will now contain keys for the instance's scarab coffers. That's awesome. We definitely got a lot ourselves opening them yesterday, so that change was really cool, and going out there and getting it. Master loot and item trading once work again for Visitus and Huron in AQ from the caches of wagering. So that isn't a problem I ever encountered, but good to know that, you know, that is active, because master loot and that stuff helps a ton. Oro should now correctly respawn if he despawns during his burrow phase. So sometimes Oro would just, you know, burrow, and Oro would never come out again. So he's a little scared that he was going to drop all the fat loot. Reduced health of Fankris and his spawn. The spawns of Fankris damage reduced. That is awesome. Fankris was, like, really, really difficult. It was the first fight that me and the Saviors wiped on. We had to do a lot of coordination to get it. It was pretty chaotic, pretty high intensity, but we were able to kill it. So love to see that be nerfed. And then increase the health of many creatures inside Ruins of AQ. So that one I like I'm actually all for the buff. They doubled it essentially from what we saw last night. It took like an hour and 20 minutes to clear the entire instance, so it was fun. We did it, our first guild splits actually, and we went in with like 10 to 12 people for each group, and it felt good. It felt like a good raid. Maybe a little too high of health on the trash. I'd like to see that toned down a little bit. But the bosses and the fights actually felt like fights instead of just walk in the park cakewalks where we absolutely just blasted it to oblivion. So I always love to see like the raid feel like a raid instead of that. So I'm actually for that buff. The bosses were not too overtuned. Like they just had more health, so you actually got to see the mechanics, see them unfold, and had a blast with killing those. Druid fixed an issue where they were able to shred them in front of a target if they were very close to target, and now properly always requires the behind unless they have the Season of Discovery set bonus that removes this restriction. Rogue, the 3-piece AQ set bonus, will now correctly reduce the cost of Crimson Tempest. Warrior, Revenge rank 6 now correctly benefits from attack power, so little small class bug changes. Now let's see what people are talking about in the comments. Is there any planned resolution to those affected by the mass looting issue from Vis and Who caches of wagering? I have a spellcaster, sword, blacksmithing plan, and shading plan. I can never use the submitted tickets, but they are met with not our problem, contact the dev when there is no means to contact game devs. Thanks. So I guess that was the issue. Like people looted them and then they couldn't trade them, which sucks. But hopefully they can fix that or resolve it. I'm not sure how many people have that specific problem, but it does suck. Why increase the health of trash inside of rooms? There's already a crazy amount of trash from more than any other raids. Doesn't need more health now. I definitely think this dude's wrong. ZG definitely has way more trash than any of them. Like ZG's definitely has more trash than AQ10. But yeah, I think that's a good point. Like, I think lowering like the trash health a little bit, not like finding a nice balance, because like some of the trash packs we had to go a little slow and steady, but an hour and a half for a 10-man raid isn't too bad. And this guy next comment, AQ has no more than ZG. Huron is still staying in rage, so I hope Huron does not, but I guess that dude was 11 hours ago. Increase health of many creatures inside AQ. Trash mobs fine, justified. Looking at logs, boss health has been more than doubled. I guess it was too easy, but is there an explanation behind turning it up to 11? My guild had no issues, and my guild is not like super sweaty like the Sod Saviors. I just require people to show up and have consumes and world buffs and like do the right things, have their characters prepared. I don't make sure they're 99 parsers. We're like, I'd say we're like semi-casual instead of semi-hardcore. But I guess if other people are struggling, that's a good thing. It's not all about my guild in our example. Okay, and then this dude said, cool. Okay, where Cthulhu fixes, why isn't Temple hard enough? Okay, where are Warstone Ghost Legs, Ruins, not Temple? Okay, so there we go. Those are the fixes. Those are people's opinions. And I do know for a fact that even more are on the way. So I think that we'll find a nice balance. I know the team's working hard to get it. And, I was obviously disappointed with the Phase 6 launch. But I think this is a really good rebound, and it steps in the right direction towards rebuilding that trust in the community and making the raids good and feel good. Yesterday, I was very proud of my saviors and the job that we did in the raids, and I think it was it felt good. It felt like a nice, solid win that we needed, doing splits for the first time and progressing into the Descent of Madness hard modes with the first 3 bosses. So all of that felt really good, and it's mainly due to those changes being implemented. So anyway, that's just my thoughts, my opinions from actually getting out there and playing these changes and how I felt. So I would love to hear what you guys think. Definitely drop it down below. I do read all the comments and like to have the discussion. But until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.